we have Dr. Opoku Wariampoma on the
line?
Good
morning, Kojo, and good morning to your listeners.
Good morning to you. Thank you. Now, obviously, your statement has come out, and we have a few questions. First of all, the renal dialysis unit communicated to the public an increase in price. Your spokesperson justified the decision to increase the price. Now the hospital issues a statement saying no increase in price has been approved by management. I'm sure you can see the contradiction there. What's the truth?
Yes, thank you. Okay, so I think we have to fix the facts of the matter, and thank you for the opportunity. And so there's a process for approval of any proposed hikes in fees, which is that the unit in question would make a proposal looking at their input costs, and then this will come to management, and then would go to a process where we look at the justification for the proposed increases, and then we also look at other issues like, patients' ability to pay, and we engage other stakeholders before we then, the review proposal would then be passed on to the Ministry of Health and then to Parliament for approval, because as a public health institution, we cannot just arbitrarily increase fees. So that's the process. And so the facts are that this is a proposal that was still at the department level, had not even come up to central management. But unfortunately, there was a jumping of the gun, and a notice was put up, which, of course, in these days of social media, it even went viral before, and then that's where we are. But the fact is that it hadn't come to a level where even management had even considered and reviewed it. And that is what we are doing at the moment.
So what you're actually confirming to us is that the head of the unit who put up that post was not authorized to do so.
That would be correct. And as I said, there was a jumping of the gun, but that will be dealt with administratively.
How exactly are you going to deal with that administratively? Because this has caused quite some uproar across the country.
Yes, so you did that would you have internal process which would go through.
But Doc, what are the facts of the matter in terms of what Salifu said to Joy News by way of justification? There are some taxes that have been taken out. Government is no longer.
So that was also more or less a misrepresentation of the facts. What happens is that these items are usually shipped in from abroad, and so once the bill of lading is received, we have a process that we go through to the Ministry of Finance, through the Ministry of Health, to get a waiver of the taxes and duties on the goods. But then even these taxes and duties are not the main component of the cost, because they have just a small fraction of the cost or input cost. And so usually we have that leeway. But in this particular instance, what happened was that there had been some contractual issues with the supplier, and so whilst we engaged in the trying to refine the contract and iron out the areas of misunderstanding, there was some shortage of renal consumables. So we had to more or less cut back on the service a bit, and so that we can focus on the inpatients and emergencies, and then we asked the outpatients to utilize the other services in the city whilst we get this sorted. And so when this was sorted out, the consumables were airlifted in, and so we wanted to clear them quickly. So we didn't assess the waiver spend because it was going to take time, and then if we did that, we were going to incur demurrage. So we looked at the cost benefits, that if we incurred the demurrage that we're going to pay was actually going to offset whatever advantage we're going to get from the waiver. So the management decided to absorb the cost. So this is information that has been kind of translated as a withdrawal of the waiver, but the waiver has not been withdrawn, and there's not been any increase in taxes on the medical goods because we still have that leeway. So we have another batch that is coming in through the shipping route, and so with this one we are going to apply for the concession that we usually give it.
So, with regards to the bit that says that some variables were being taken care of the states, but that is no longer the situation, you're saying that is not true?
Yeah, that is not correct.
So, when your hospital spokesperson said that the renal unit will have to shut down its dialysis service if these prices are not increased, That was also incorrect information?
In the long term, definitely there has to be some adjustment in the prices, because we buy these items in use. So definitely, even if you just look at the exchange rate alone, that would necessitate some adjustment in the in the prices. So that is why we go to a place where we critically review whatever justification is being given for an increase, because we know the burden on renal patients. So we do not just want to pass on any arbitrary cost. In fact, it's happened before where we've management has decided to absorb certain costs on their behalf because of the condition. So we are quite sensitive to the plight of renal patients. That's why we continue to engage other stakeholders, philanthropists, to come in and help to subsidize the cost of treatment.
But you will be increasing prices. That's what you're saying. After a review, the prices will go up.
Yeah. Yes, definitely there will be a review, but not to that tune. So that's why there has to be a clear justification of proposal, and because we have to appear before Parliament, and Parliament is also going to scrutinize what the proposals are being made to make sure that the people are not burdened unnecessarily. So before we go to Parliament, we have to also do our homework and make sure that whatever it is reasonable cost that will enable us to sustain the service and also not overburden the patient.
So, Dr. Opoku Arampoma, what you are telling the public is that in terms of information we have received, there will be an increase. It's only the amount that is yet to be determined.
Yes, good. I think you are well aware that prices do not stay same for many years. Definitely, some adjustments are made, and so this is not unlike any other scenario.
Right. Okay. Will you also be making public whatever sanction or administrative process or consequence the head of unit is made to face because he, as you say, jumped the gun?
We will discuss that.
Doc, just finally from me, you did mention that you had restricted treatments because you had to get these drugs and not go through the normal process. Is the unit open now?
No, the reason for restricting was that we were looking at the quantity of. We have a reorder level. Once the consumables go below a certain quantity, we need to reorder and they need to come in. But because we are having those contractual issues with the supplier, which needed to be ironed out, the shipments had been delayed. So we were looking at the numbers and we knew that if we continue to serve both outpatients and inpatients and emergencies, then we could run out. So we needed to find a way of making the stock that we had last a bit longer while these issues were being ironed. But fortunately, we were able to iron them out, and then so now we are going to be able to restore the full service.
So you're going to be. It's not like you have restored.
No, we are restored full service.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Dr. Opoku Arampoma is the CEO of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, giving some clarifications there.